Bonjour à tous. Welcome to French Action. French Action, the channel to improve your French, the channel to learn French from scratch if need be. But today we are here to practice because you asked for it. You want paper one. And I said, no, there's no need for paper one because I have already made quite a few videos on paper one, but I had some requests. So here's paper one for you today, especially for you because I know your exam is tomorrow. Okay, so as you know, I'm not going to be on my own today. So let's see our little guests, whom you know already, but all right. So I'm going to
Bonjour.
Bonjour, Akili.
Je m'appelle Akili.
Words? Can you say a few words, even though they know you already, but
Je m'appelle Akili Darling. Je vais au Monroe College en Saint-Elizabeth en Jamaïque.
Okay, merci. And with your friend?
Bonjour, je m'appelle Mani. Je vais au Monroe College en Jamaïque.
Okay. So how are you guys from last time?
I'm feeling more confident.
More confident, and you, Romani?
I'm feeling very nervous.
Very nervous. Okay. All right. So what are we going to do today? So I'm going to tell you now. Romani, can you just mute, please? I think it's coming from you. Thank you. Alors, what we're going to do today is several exercises, okay? So the first one is going to be an announcement. So that's going to be listening. I'm not going to do the pictures because you know that 2 weeks ago I've already done pictures in, I put them in a video and there's other videos on that. After that, we're going to do a little reading comprehension, just a flyer with questions, okay? Which is one of the exercises. Then we're going to move on to the grammar side, which is always the part which is a problem for some people. Okay, so we're going to do some grammar and some vocabulary, and then we will finish off with a letter where you'll have to choose. So today you don't have to speak any French at all. I just want to hear A, B, C, D. That's it. In French, if possible, okay? And I'm talking to all the viewers as well. You just write A, B, C, D, because that's what's going to happen. Because tomorrow you're going to have the multiple choice questions. Okay?
Madame.
Vous êtes prêts?
Oui, madame.
Okay. So, coucou to Janaye and Kiyokose. Okay. So, let's start. So, we're going to to have the listening. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to show you the questions. Just like in the exam, you're going to have the questions. You'll have time to read them. Then I will read the text. Now, I'm not going to make it easy for you. I'm going to read it once. I know on the day it's going to be twice, but I'm going to do it once, not too fast, not too slowly. Okay?
Oui, madame.
All right, so let's look at the questions. Okay, so make a note of the questions because there are 6 questions, so you'll have to, I can't put all the 6 questions there. So, okay, I'm moving to question 3 and 4. That okay?
Oui, madame.
Oui, madame.
And now I'm going to go into questions 5 and 6. Okay,
Oui, madame.
so I'm going to remove this and I'm going to read. Vous êtes prêts? Vous êtes prêts?
Oui, madame.
OK. Je vous souhaite la bienvenue. Le car nous attend et nous partirons dans 20 minutes. En attendant, comme il fait chaud, je vous conseille d'acheter de l'eau dans la boutique du coin, en face de l'église. On se retrouve ici, dans le car, dans 15 minutes. Okay, so that was my reading. And I told you only one reading, okay? Did you get the answers? Okay, I'm just going to put the questions again. So, if other people are working, because I know you're there, please put your answers. So, is it un A, un B, un C ou un D? Qui parle? Un journaliste, un guide, un reporter, un médecin. Okay. Now, question number 2. Quel temps fait-il? Is it A, il fait froid? Is it B, il fait beau? Is it C, il fait chaud? Or D, il pleut? Okay, so Akilian Romani, what did you put for that?
For number 1, I put B.
You put B, and what about you, Romani?
For which one? Number 1?
You put
B.
B as well. Can you tell me why?
It sounded like someone was describing a place or something like that.
Okay.
It sounded like
Be like a tour guide.
Okay.
So,
Okay. That is correct. Quel temps fait-il?
For that one, I'm not sure.
Not sure either.
Alors, quel temps fait-il? Romani, you have to put something. Don't leave anything out tomorrow. You have to come up with something. Okay?
We.
Alors, Akili, what did you put?
I don't really know either.
No?
It was
So
really
you have to put something. Okay, it's
Say?
interesting because
Is
I
this
have
sure?
some people have put B, some have put C. Okay, the answer is C. Il fait chaud. Il fait chaud.
Wait,
Okay,
that's the answer?
il fait
Yeah.
chaud. And that was said. Okay. All right. Question 3 now.
Wait, is
Where
that the answer?
Pardon?
That was the answer?
Yes. Il fait chaud. Where is the corner shop? Where is the corner shop? Alors, A, is it next to the church? B, so have you noticed here? I changed language. I put it in English because you're going to have exercises with English as well. So I put the two so that you get used to it. Where is the corner shop? Is it next to the church, opposite the church, on the square, or next to the square? Okay, so what did you put, Akili?
Never really understood the passage that well.
Oh, you didn't. Okay.
B, I think.
B. What about you, Romani?
D? D?
D. Okay. The answer was opposite the church. Okay, Janae got it right, and Kiyoko say as well. It's opposite the church. Okay. Number 4. What will they buy in the shop? Is it A, food, B, drink, C, water, or D, bread?
It's B, bread.
Bread. D, bread. What about you, Romani?
I'm just gonna say A.
A. Okay. The answer was C. C for water.
Oh.
Okay. All
Amen.
right. So Janaye got it right. Okay. So let's continue. What about the meeting point? Is it next to the church, opposite the church, on the coach, or in the coach, or by the shop?
B, opposite to the church.
Opposite the church. What about you, Romani? Romani, you're getting worried. Where's the meeting point?
I'm not sure.
All right. Looking at the answers, I'm going to read it another time for those questions, okay? I removed that because the audience didn't get it right either. So I'm going to read it again, okay?
Amen.
All right. Je vous souhaite la bienvenue. Romani, can you please mute? Merci. Je vous souhaite la bienvenue. Le car nous attend et nous partirons dans 20 minutes. En attendant, comme il fait chaud, je vous conseille d'acheter de l'eau dans la boutique du coin en face de l'église. On se retrouve ici dans le car dans 15 minutes. Okay? Did you get to hear the answers to the first questions? No?
Not really, no, miss.
Not really? Ay, 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 ay. Okay, so the meeting point is Akili?
Oh, A. I think it was A.
A. And Romani?
I'll just go with A as well.
Okay, and what does the audience say? Now I don't know because I don't see 5, I just see letters. Okay, the answer was C,
Oh.
in the coach, in the bus. Okay, all right. And the last one, at what time is the meeting point? Romani, can you mute again, please? Merci. So the meeting point is in the coach, and at what time?
B. 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes. Romani, what are you saying? You sure it's 15 minutes?
Oui, madame.
Okay. What about you, Romani?
I'm not sure. Je ne sais pas.
You have to tick something, Romani. Okay, the audience got it right for 6. That's Zai. It's 15 minutes. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the text so that you can see what I read. Okay. So this is the responses for those who came a bit later. So, oh, sorry, it shouldn't be a reporter. It should be a guide. Sorry, it's only now I'm seeing is B. So it's 1B, 2 C's, opposite the church, 3B. And because it was so hot, they need, to buy water. And it's in the coach, and they have to be there in 15 minutes. Okay? So this is the text. Je vous souhaite la bienvenue. Le car nous attend et nous partirons dans 20 minutes. Have you noticed? We have 20 minutes there. Okay? En attendant, comme il fait chaud, did you hear that? Comme il fait chaud.
Oui, madame.
The weather. Je vous conseille d'acheter de l'eau, l'eau is water, dans la boutique du coin en face de l'église. On se retrouve ici dans le car dans 15 minutes. Okay? So basically, they will leave in 20 minutes, but the meeting point is in 15 minutes. That's where the confusion was. Okay?
Oui, madame.
So you have to be very, very careful. Okay. Can't help you much with the listening. Listening is something you have to do from, you can't do it the day before the exam. It's something that you have to do from when you start learning the language. Okay, you need to do a bit of that. Okay. Raj say it sounds like they're asking what temperature. The question was just so that you can see. Quel temps fait-il? Okay, what's the weather like? Is it cold? Is it the weather is nice or it's hot? I'm not asking for temperature there. It's just the weather. Il pleut. Okay, it's raining. And it says here in the text, comme il fait chaud. So it was hot. Okay. All right. So any questions with vocabulary? Any vocabulary that you don't know in that text, or everything is okay?
I think sweet. I don't think I've heard that before.
Oh, je vous souhaite la bienvenue. Okay, je vous souhaiter is to wish. Okay. Here, je vous souhaite la bienvenue is one way of welcoming somebody. Okay, or people.
Madame.
So, je vous souhaite la bienvenue is like saying welcome everyone. I welcome everyone. Okay.
Oui, madame.
Yeah. Yes, Lorelei, Valérie. I wish, welcome, yeah. Anything else? Conseiller, Anya, conseil means I advise you, okay? So en attendant, I thought that you would probably have asked for en attendant. En attendant means in the meantime, okay? In the meantime, en attendant. Comme il fait chaud, since it's hot, je vous conseille d'acheter, I advise you to buy, okay, de l'eau, water, dans la boutique du coin, okay, in the corner shop, en face de l'église, opposite the church, okay. Alors, Rage, you say, how are we supposed to know? Well, this is vocabulary which you should have known if you've done CSEC. If it's CSEC you're doing, this is vocabulary which is typically CSEC. Nothing conseiller, it's something that you should know, but you know.
Oh, madam.
You're saying there's no peak of a church. No, there will not be any picture because this is an announcement, okay? You are talking about the ones with the pictures. When we started, I explained that I'm not doing the picture ones because 2 weeks ago, I've already released a video with some pictures. So that's the reason why I'm not doing it again, because really, I would like to focus a little bit more on the grammar and vocabulary because that's where students tend to find it difficult. Remember, on the day, they're going to say it several times. I only said it once, okay? So on the day, you will have normal speed and speed a little bit, you know, it will go a bit slow, much slower. So you'll have probably time to pick on some words, you know? And I didn't do that today, so don't panic. All right? So this is the announcement. When you're going to have an announcement, you're just going to have the question just like that. And you'll have to select A, B, C, or D. Okay? All right, so no more questions. So I'm going to reading comprehension. Okay, so for the reading comprehension, you're going to have different text, but you know that these exams take quite a while. So if I were to do that, we'll be there for 3 hours, which is not what I'm sure you wouldn't want to stay with me for 3 hours. So I had to select something. Okay, so this is this, okay? So you read this, you have the questions, always go through the questions quickly so that you can see where the answers are, okay? And write your answers on your books for the time being. There's only 4 questions for this one. So you write 1 and then something so that I know which A, B, C, or D is relevant, because you just put A, B, C, D, but I don't know for which question. All right. So the same for question 2. And then I'm going to move for those who are asking for past papers. You will not find past papers. Even me, I don't have past papers for paper 1. They don't release them. So that's why we have to work like that, okay? All right, can I move now to the other 2 questions, guys?
Oui, madame.
No.
Okay. All right. So, guys, I'm going to ask you for number 1. What is your answer? XK, je suis fatiguée. Oh, I know the feeling. Tomorrow you'll be much better. Trust me.
A.
Okay, so Akili, you said
A.
A. Romani?
I'm gonna go D.
Oh, it is there. I just noticed. Sorry.
So you put A and then D.
I changed my answer to D. I just noticed the 10:30 p.m.
Which one?
D at 1.
D.
D. I changed it to D.
D. Okay. And Romani, you said D as well. Okay. Everybody said D.
Oui, madame.
All right. So let's read. Ouvert tous les jours, sauf jour férié, de midi à 22h30. Okay. What does that mean, Akili? Ouvert tous les jours, sauf jour férié, de midi à 22h30. What does that mean?
It's open every day. I'm not sure what that middle section says, but it says it's open every day from midday to 10:30. That's what it says.
Okay. And that is the reason why you got it wrong. Okay. The answer was C. It's open every day, but closed on bank holidays because jour férié is a bank holiday. Okay. Sauf means except. You need to know that word because they use that word a lot. Sauf, excepté are words you're going to probably see in the paper. Okay. So make sure you know those words. So the answer is 1C. And unfortunately, I don't see any C in the audience. Oh la 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 la. Okay. Where is the restaurant? Akili, what did you put?
D.
D. Romani?
I'm gonna go near the beach.
Near the beach, which is C. Okay. Akili, why did you put D?
I didn't see any where that says it's not on the beach. Like I didn't see
Okay.
any word that said it's positioned near the beach.
All right. Okay, Romani, you put near the beach. Can you tell me why you put near the beach?
À deux pas de la plage.
So what does that mean?
Like close to the beach.
Close to. Very good. So it was near the beach. It was indeed C. And I've seen that Samuel Nirvana Kimoya got it right. Is near the beach. When you say à deux pas de, it means literally it means 2 steps away from, meaning you're not on the beach, Akili, but you are near, 2 pas.
Oui, madame.
Yeah. All right, so you need to learn new words here. Sauf, jour férié, à 2 pas de. Okay. All right. Okay, question number 3. What type of food do they serve? What did you put, Akili?
C.
C. 3C. What about you, Romani?
Vegetarian food.
C. 3C, right? Okay, so where do you see that in the text?
Oh, I think it's D because it says crustation. I think crustacea means like crustaceans, something similar to that. It's like it has seafood on the menu, but it has vegetarian food also. I think that's what the sentence is. Or am I wrong?
Does it say vegetarian food?
I think so. Vegetarian.
It doesn't say végétarien, it says végétalien. Romani, can you mute, please?
I'm confused.
Yes. Can you mute, please, Romani? Okay, in the audience, they put D, and that's what I would put as well, because vegetarian means vegan.
Oh, right. I forgot there's a difference
And
between them.
remember, vegetarian with the R is vegetarian, but vegetarian with the L is vegan. Okay. So you have to be very, this is obviously a trap. Okay. So you have to be very careful. And for those who don't know, crustacea, we're talking about seafood. We're talking about prawns. We're talking about lobsters, langoust, etc. Okay, so this is definitely yes, Samuel, as you said, crustacean. So it means seafood. Okay, all right. So, what is the word for seafood in French?
I would say crustacea.
Now, crustacea is a type of seafood, but what is the word for seafood?
I'm not even.
Anybody in the audience knows how to say what's the word for seafood? Samuel got it right. Fruits de mer. Fruits
Freedom.
de mer. Okay. I'm going to write it here. Fruits de mer. Uh, les fruits de mer, which is seafood. Okay. Fruit of the sea. Okay.
Oui, madame.
All right. And the last one, is it an expensive restaurant for a couple, for example, based on what is there?
B.
So, Akili, you said B, and what about you, Romani?
I'm looking. I want to say yes because seafood is expensive, but
Okay,
I want to say
right. Uh, can you mute again, Romani? Akili, so you said that is not expensive. Okay, you
Um,
chose B. Can you tell me where it says that is not expensive?
well, one, I think it says that pre-abordable. It's saying that it's basically saying it's a wanted price, kind of, and
Okay.
and pre-ready. It's also saying that it's cheaper for
Yeah,
like
that is
groups,
for a group. A couple is
right?
not
For
a group,
groups,
but that is for a group. It's not for a couple.
but wouldn't a couple kind of be a group since it's
No,
not really one?
no, that's
Okay.
not a group. No. Okay. So the key word here was abordable. Prix abordable means reasonable price.
Right.
Okay. So if you have abordable, if you didn't know the word, make sure you know it. Abordable, reasonable. Okay. When we're talking about prices. Okay. All right. I'm not asking you how many points you've got so far. I don't want to know. I'm not asking. All right. Yes, Kiyoko. Exams have traps. Of course, we have to put traps in an exam. If it's too obvious, then you know. But the answer was 4B. Is it an expensive restaurant for a couple? No, it's not. Because prix abordable, prix abordable means reasonable prices based on the, the flyer. Okay? So it still be marche, yes. All right, so are you ready for the grammar?
Oui, madame.
You're ready for the grammar? Okay. All right, so I'm going to remove this. Okay. What I'm going to say to the audience, make sure you're making notes, okay? Because sometimes you will see, oh, this words, oh gosh, I didn't know it. I know it now. And maybe tomorrow it will come up. We don't know. I don't know, but everything is possible, right? So that's the reason why you have to make sure, you know. Okay, now we're going to do the part which is probably the most difficult part for you, apart from the listenings. Listening, it depends. Some people are very good at it, some not so good at it. But the grammar, it seems that people are not very good at it, generally speaking. Okay, so you're going to see two questions on one slide. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to put your answers. So one, whatever, two, whatever. But then I'm going to give you the answer straight away. I'm not going to wait. Okay, so let's try that. Okay, so for question one, what do you have, Akili?
B.
B. What about you, Romani?
B also.
Pardon?
B.
Okay. Everybody put B. Okay, not everybody. Okay, Janaye and Kimoya Williams, you've got it right. It's D. It's D. Okay. Le sac est plein de bonbons. Okay. You just have to learn it like that. Plein de. The bag is full of,
Oh.
not some. It's full of. Okay.
Oui, madame.
All right. Number two, je vais aider ma mère faire le ménage. Oh, I forgot to tell you that the D with nothing, with the three dots, means that there's nothing, okay? So you would just say, je vais aider ma mère faire le ménage, okay? So, Akili?
D.
D. Okay, Romani? Romani?
Wait, what does D mean again? Like there's nothing at A, B,
There's
or
nothing. There's nothing.
let's say D. Looking for another link.
So what did you put, Romani?
D.
D. Okay. So let's see what people have put. Okay. The thing is, I don't know. I see some letters, but I don't know if it was for number one or for number two. All right. The answer was A. Aider somebody to do something is Ah,
Not avec.
definitely not.
I was looking for an avec.
No. I'm talking about number 2, okay? I'm on number 2, Romani. Je vais aider ma mère à faire le ménage, okay? D was there with nothing, but it was the trap. And you fell into the trap. Okay. So these are the answers. For those who are joining now, these are the answers. Le sac est plein de bonbons. I know that bonbon has an S, but it follows the same rule as beaucoup de. Plein de, beaucoup de, it's the same thing. And for number 2, you need to know that after aider, when you aid somebody to do something, you have a preposition a. Okay? You don't use pour because even though pour means in order to, because the verb comes with its preposition, Janae. Okay? So pour means in order to, but it's not working there. All right. So, on continue. Ma mère, la voiture du garage. Et elle, le bras en courant.
T.
All right, so let's look at number 3 now. Ma mère, la voiture du garage. What did you put? Achille.
D.
Day. What about Romani?
I want to say C.
Say. Okay. What people are saying here, the viewers. Kiyoko says A, Shalom A, Janae A, Rage A, and it's correct is A. La mère a sorti la voiture du garage. So that was definitely a trap because I know that you've learned that sortir is a to be verb, right?
Oui, madame.
All right, but when you learn the to be verb, you also need to know, and if you have watched my videos, you have known that as well, that even though sortir takes to be, by the way, why do they take to be? They take to be because they don't have an object. It's when you have an object that you take avoir. The object is there, the car.
Oui, madame.
So you will have to use avoir and not to be. Okay? Donc, ma mère a sorti la voiture du garage, and that is going to change the meaning a little bit as well. It's going to be my mother took out the car. Or my mother took the car out of the garage. Okay?
Oui, madame.
All right? Okay, number 4 now. Number 4. What did you put, Akili?
B.
B. Okay. Romani, are you still there? Romani is not there? Okay. All right, so everybody's putting B. Interesting. Um, Remember, you can't have elle a cassé with two e's with avoir. That couldn't work. You can only have cassé with two e's with two b, but
Oh,
not with two have. So b is out of the question. Okay.
oui, madame.
Okay, so far I don't see the answer. I've just seen it now. Nirvana is correct. Elle s'est cassé le bras en courant. She broke her arm while running. Okay? Now I'm going to explain that rule in case you don't know it. This is a reflexive verb, se casser. There's a difference between casser and se casser. All right? If I take something and I do that, I break it. And that's going to be to have. But if I fall and I break my arm, I didn't physically break it. I didn't do that. That was the result, as a result of my fall. Okay? That will be the consequence. So that's the reason why we are using the reflexive. And what I broke is my own arm. I didn't break somebody else's arm, right?
Oui, madame.
Now, the second thing we have learned is that when it's reflexive, we need to have the agreement, which is correct, but it doesn't work when you have an object. The object here is le bras. So you have C as the answer. Okay? Are you puzzled?
Madam, but I thought that since we're using hetero, then we can have a double E. You said
Yes,
C.
which is correct. Which is correct, but I've just explained if you have an object there, it doesn't work.
Okay.
One thing you can learn as well, it doesn't work, for example, with cassé, with any part of the body, no agreement. Okay?
Oui, madame.
So if tomorrow you have something like c'est cassé le bras, c'est cassé le dos, c'est cassé le doigt, c'est cassé whatever part of the body, you know that is not going to have an agreement. Have you noticed? I put L for that reason, because I know that you will be tempted to put the extra E. Okay?
Oui, madame.
All right, so I have some questions. Janae, I answered your question. What's the answer for number 3? I put 3A. That is your answer. Okay. And you're also asking, isn't sortir Dr. Mrs. Van den Tromber? Yes, it is. But I've also explained, Janae, that in this case, sortir, the sortir you have in Dr. Mrs. Van der Trop means to go out. With avoir, it doesn't mean to go out. It means to take out. Ma mère a sorti la voiture du garage. My mother took the car out of the garage. And that is different. Okay? So One as Life is asking, are we conjugating in the present? No, here we're in the past tense. Okay? All right. Any questions on that, Romani or Akili?
No, madam.
Okay, so let's continue. So you will get the answers now. Assorti and c'est cassé for those who didn't see the answers. There they are. Now we're going to move to number 5 and 6. Vous ne pouvez pas ici. Manon parlait le film.
Finally, something I know you get right.
Sorry, Romani?
I'm saying I see something else I would get right in the exam.
All right. Have you finished, Akili?
Oui, madam.
Romani, you finished as well?
Oui, madam.
Okay. So, Akili, what did you put?
Sanxe.
5C.
Oui, madam.
Romani?
For number 5, C.
Okay. And everybody put C. Okay, that's correct. What is the rule here?
You can't have two conjugated verbs. Only the first one is conjugated and the second one is not.
Always. When you have two verbs following each other, remember the second verb has to be in the infinitive form. Okay? Always. Okay, number 6. What did you put, Akili?
B. Mm,
Romani? Romani, what did you put?
Uh, s- the 6.
For number 6, yeah. What did you put? Romani, you told me you had finished.
Okay. B.
B. Okay, so in the audience, I see all sort of answers. Okay, the answer was definitely B. Okay, can you tell me why you put B? Can you explain?
um, it's it's hard to explain, Miss.
Yeah, the others didn't make any sense.
The
It's
others
when
didn't fit, that's for
they
sure.
didn't fit, and I think you'd use, I think B is the gerund, right? I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
and you use that when you're talking about a specific mood. So I think that's why I chose B.
Yeah, but you have the gerund in number D as well.
Well, because it started off with toot, and you would use toot there. So
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Remember, two actions going on at the same time. The first one is conjugated, and the second one can be in the present participle, which is you call gerund, which is en plus the verb ending with ant. Okay. All right. So the translation would be Manon was talking while watching the film. So when you have while, you have to have un plus a verb ending with ant. Okay? Now, I said two verbs follow each other, the second takes the infinitive. Yes, but you need to check out what it means. Manon parlait, she was talking, regardez, looking, was talking, looking. That doesn't make sense in English either. Okay? So you have to you have to see what it means as well. Okay, it's not because there's parler, then another verb will be in the infinitive form. Okay, that will work very well for verbs like pouvoir, devoir, pouvoir. Okay, so the second one would take, or aimer, I like doing something. Okay, but here she was talking, so you can't have the infinitive form there. It wouldn't make any sense. Okay?
oui, madam.
So, and tout regardant doesn't can't work, because before the regardant you need to have un, en. So if it was tout en regardant, would be fine, but tout regardant, that doesn't make sense in French. Okay, so these are the answers. Okay, for those who miss the answers. Okay, so vous ne pouvez pas fumer ER. Okay, here you can't have EZ twice in a short, space. That wouldn't work at all. And then for 6, you wanted while. Okay. There's some noise at home. I'm just going to put the next slide and I'm going to check something. Okay, so here again, we have A with nothing. Okay, when I put the 3 dots, for those who just joined, it means that there's nothing. Okay, it will just be je suis content de te voir. That's it. Okay, all right. So, can I have your answer, Akili? For 7.
Yeah.
Your answer for 7.
Say.
Say. Romani?
C.
Say as well. Okay. All right. So Kate got it right, and only Kate so far. Okay, for 7. It's je suis content de te voir. Okay. Je suis content de te voir. Okay. You don't say je suis content à te voir. I'm sure you never heard that, Romani. Je suis content à te voir. You heard that before?
If it was conjugated, then it would be. Would that work?
What do you mean conjugated? Content, content is not a verb. Content is an adjective.
No, just see. Voir.
Oh, you don't have. Okay, now the reason why. Okay, Romani, mute, please. The reason why you have voir being in the infinitive form is because you have de. After preposition, you always have the infinitive form, yeah? Okay?
Oui, madame.
All right, so je suis content de. Remember as well, with many adjectives, you have the adjective followed by de. Okay? All right, so guys, you didn't get it for 7. Okay, let's see for number 8. Alors, number 8 is much easier. Okay. Akili, what did you put?
Ah.
What about
Mon ami.
what did you put?
A.
A as well, okay. And most people put what? Yeah, A, Janae, Ashley put A, okay. All right. So, yes, it was A. Now, can you explain to me why it was A?
Well, when you have, all right, when you're describing something that you, all right, if you're describing something in terms of ownership, right, and the thing that you're describing begins with a vowel or H, you would you'd say mon basically instead of ma, even if it's feminine.
Okay, that's the rule. Okay. Okay. That is the sort of things that they would put as well, because we see those kind of mistakes all the time. All right. So, yeah. So, guys, you cannot say mommy, mommy. No, it will always be mon ami, even though ami is feminine, it is going to be mon. So remember the rule. Normally, when it's feminine, you're going to use ma, but if the word you're going to be using next to the mon, ma, or me, no, mon, ma, yes. If the word you're going to use begins with a vowel or silent H, we are going to keep the mon just for pronunciation purposes, because "mami" doesn't sound as nice as "mon ami," and with a compulsory liaison. Okay? You can't say "mon ami." You will have to say "mon ami." Compulsory liaison. Okay?
Oui, madame.
Okay? All right. So "mon ami" vient d'Italie. Okay? These, I'm telling you, common mistakes we see all the time. All right. So, guys, these are the answers. Okay. So now we're going to go to number 9. Je faisais de la natation, mais je. And for number 10, il a acheté belle fleur pour la fête des mères. Shalom, it's no point putting B or A. You need to say if it's 9B or 9A, but put the number. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what you're referring to. Okay? Bien. Have you finished? Akili and
Mm,
Romani, you finished? Yeah?
not yet, miss.
Okay.
All right, finish, madam.
Okay. Alors, Akili, what did you put?
Nerf A.
And Romani?
For 9B,
Okay. All right. So, what did people put? Um, A, B, 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 A, B, A, B. All right. I'm not going to give you the answer. Let's read it together. Je faisais de la natation. What does it mean, Akili? Je faisais de la natation.
I'm not exactly sure what natation means. That's why I wasn't sure.
Oh, come on. You know what natation is.
I swim.
Oh,
For swimming, yeah?
oh, I would swim, but I.
Okay, so je faisais de la natation. Remember, it's the imperfect. I used to.
Oh, I used to. Oh, sorry. Uh, I used to do swimming, but I.
It's a funny sentence because it means the same. The other things means the same. But what?
But I didn't do it much.
Okay. So I swam. Okay, I did swimming, but I no longer do it.
Oh,
That's what I wanted. I no longer do it. So tell me where it says I no longer
ah,
won't do it anymore.
Nufa.
Okay, and Romani. Okay, you Romani put B. Okay, so the answer was B because Akile, je ne fais plus means I don't do any more of what? We don't know what you're talking about. Whereas
Oh,
whereas Romani was right in saying I don't go swimming anymore. And that is done by the en. You remember that pronoun, which means the whole thing? Je faisais de la natation.
oui,
Okay.
madame.
So, je faisais de la natation, mais je n'en fais plus. Okay.
Oui, madame.
Okay. Those two sentences, not exactly like this, but the pronouns has come several times. So make sure you know your own. Okay.
Oui, madame.
All right. For number 10. Okay.
Say.
So everybody put say simple C. Yes, 10C. Everybody 10C, right?
Oui, madame.
Romani as well, 10C.
Oui, madam.
All right, you're all wrong. Okay, nobody got it right because, and this has come up already in past papers, because you don't know the rules. Yes, normally it should have been there because we have everything plural. But remember the rule. The rule is if you have an adjective which is placed before the noun in the plural form, the de changes into a de. De. Il a acheté 2 belles fleurs pour la fête des mères. Okay?
So, Mr. said that if the adjective comes before the noun, then you use.
No. If the adjective, you have some adjectives which are short adjectives, okay? There's a video on French action of that. I did that not that long ago, actually. A video on giving you the short adjectives, okay, or the adjectives which are placed before the noun, okay? But it's not just because they are placed before the noun, it's also because they are plural. So placed before the noun, and on top of it, in the plural form, the de changes into a de.
Oui, madame. Merci.
Okay? All right. Okay, so guys, this was the grammar part, okay? Don't panic. I know that you're thinking, oh my God. Just be grateful that at least you are aware of this. If it comes tomorrow, then you are aware of this. That's how to say it, okay? You don't need to pray, Rach. You don't need to pray. It just, be grateful that at least maybe things you didn't know or things you knew but forgot, at least is there. Okay?
Oui, madame.
All right. So Theo, you're asking, could you repeat the rule? Which rule? I'm not sure. I'm talking about so many rules. I don't know which one. Oh, okay. You're not here for CXC. Okay, Reg, you're not here for CXC, but the CXC or not CXC, the rules are the same. Okay. The rule that changes the day to the day. Okay. Now, Theo, you remember that there's a list of adjectives because you know in French adjectives are normally placed after the noun, whereas in English is before. Okay. However, there's a list. It's not a long list, but there's a list of adjectives, common adjectives, which are placed before the noun. Okay, so for example, beautiful, you're never going to say fleur belle. You will always say belle fleur. Okay, because belle is one of those adjectives which is placed before the noun. Now the rule is if the adjective which is placed before the noun is in the plural form, because in the plural form you would have had des, des, okay? Then here what you're going to do, you're going to put de. So the des changes into a ce, okay? Now, the reason why you all find that difficult is because I'm always looking at the kind of mistakes that students usually make. And for this 110, they always put there, always. So that's why I came up with that. And this was in, past papers before. So that's why I put it there. The en, very often students don't seem to know much about en, so that's why I put it there. So I try to use what I think you make mistakes with, so okay. So all right, so no, don't panic. So this was the grammar part. Now I have done 10 more questions for the vocabulary. So let's see if you do better there. Right?
Oui,
Okay.
madame.
All right. So number 11. Combien de temps dure le film? 1 kilomètre, 1 heure, 60 minutes, 1 journée. That one is an easy peasy lemon squeezy one. 12. Quel temps fera-t-il la semaine prochaine? Il y aura du brouillard, ce sera l'été, il y aura des oiseaux, il fera tiède. Off you go.
Miss at B shouldn't be even.
You have to go by what is there.
Well, can I say what I have for 11?
All right, so have you finished?
So 0, 2.
Number 11, I'm sure everybody is going to get it. Okay? All right. So number 11, Akili, what did you put?
C.
Say Romani.
C because of the U.
Say, okay. All right. What did the viewers put? C, B, C, B, 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 B. Come on, guys. How could you put B? Une heure? It should be une heure. As you said, Romani, right? It cannot be une heure. Heure is feminine, so it cannot be B, okay? 60 minutes is correct. 60 minutes is 1 hour, isn't it?
Oui,
It's the
madame.
same thing, all right? Okay, so I put this question to show you how easy it is to make mistake by not reading the thing properly. Okay? That's why I put that. And Romani said, oh, but Miss, you made a mistake. It should be une heure. No, I didn't make a mistake. It's part of the exercise. Okay? All right. Okay, for number 12, I think is easy. I'm sure everybody got it right. What did you put, Akili?
Ah?
What did you put, Romani? For 12. Romani, what did you put?
B.
B. Okay. So what did the viewers put? A. Most people put A, and that is the correct answer. What's the weather like next week? Il y aura du brouillard. There will be fog. It will be foggy. Okay. It will be the summer? No. Romani, it will be summer? Mm-mm. No, don't think so. Okay, it has to be on.
I only saw the Sarah.
Sorry, what did you say?
I only saw the Sarah. I forgot Leibniz somewhere.
Okay. Il y aura des oiseaux. There will be birds. That doesn't tell me much about the weather. And il fera tiède. We never use tiède for the weather. Tiède means lukewarm. Okay? We never use lukewarm for weather. Okay? Lukewarm, we'll use it for water, for example, when you touch the water. Okay? So it's definitely il y aura du brouillard. Okay? All right, let's continue. Numéro 13, 14. Je vais réchauffer le repas dans un Au number 14. Il fait chaud. Je vais le climatiseur. Okay. So all right. Okay, so Akili, what did you put for number 13?
C.
C. And Romani?
B.
B. Okay, what did you put for 13? So we have A, B, A, C, C, A, C. Oh la 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 la. What all right, the answer was A. I'm going to heat, okay, the meal in a microwave oven. Okay. Now for the person who put B, I saw B before for 13. Casserole could have worked if I had put une casserole. But I put un casserole. You can't say un casserole. And Akili, do you know what chauffage means?
No, madam.
And chauffage is a heater. You know, like you go to Europe or to America in the winter and you need heating.
Okay, yeah.
That's chauffage. And you know, where we live, we don't need that. Okay, so it's A.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Okay, so Akili, what did you put for number 14? C. C. And Romani?
C.
C. Okay, what did people put for number 14? Okay, so this is out of the question. And ventilateur means a fan, like this. If you can see, can you see my fan? This is ventilateur, okay? All right, so you have to be careful. So un chauffage is a heater, somebody says. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so be careful. And casserole is a pot. It would have been okay, but it's feminine. All right, for 14, il fait chaud, je vais what? Akili?
B.
B. Romani?
I'm not sure about this one.
You have to put something.
A.
Okay. Let's see what people are saying. 14. So I see 14. A, C, C, D. A. Okay. The answer is A. It's hot. I'm going to switch on the AC. So Akili, why do you want to stop it if it's hot? Arrêter means to stop.
Make note of that.
Éteindre means to switch off. And faire travailler doesn't work there at all. Faire travailler can be used but for a person. You can't make a machine work. You can make somebody work, but not a machine. Okay? So D is out of the question there. Okay? Okay? So if you didn't know the words, learn them now. Allumer to switch on. Arrêter to stop. Éteindre to switch off. Faire travailler wouldn't work here, but you can say je fais travailler ma sœur or mon frère. I make them work, for their French, for example, that could work, but not for a machine. Okay. All right, guys. So it looks like you're getting a good practice, right?
Oui, madam.
Okay. All right. Next, number 15. Okay. Yeah, Faye, this is the type of paper you're going to get tomorrow. Yes. All right. 15. Je peux enfin aller à l'université car j'ai obtenu. And 16. Chaque mois, mes parents me donnent pour le cinéma. So if you know those two words, you're good. Faye, you said, what on earth are these words? These are the words, I don't know if you are taking CSEC, but these are words we use in CSEC. Okay, I'm not giving you words from other exams. These are the type of words you could see in the CSEC exam, okay? Okay, Akili?
C.
C, Romani?
C as well.
Okay, Romani, mute, please. All right. Okay, so let's see what everybody else have put. C, 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 A, C, C. Yes, it's C. OK? Très bien. So, je peux enfin aller à l'université car j'ai obtenu une bourse, a scholarship. OK? I can at last go to university because I obtained or I got or I won a scholarship. Okay. Examen wouldn't work because it's an exam. And test is a test. And un bureau is an office. So the best one there has to be scholarship. Okay. Now, chaque mois, mes parents me donnent. So this one, what did you put, Akili?
B.
B, Romani.
This one there has pocket switch.
Okay. You put what? So this one, what did you put, Akili?
Have B.
B. Okay. So you both put B. All right. So let me see what you've put. B, 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 B. Okay. Most people put B, and that was correct. Okay. Chaque mois, mes parents me donnent de l'argent de poche. So each month, my parents give me pocket money. Okay. Pocket money. Argent de poche. Okay. Coup de poing means,
I'm not exactly sure. But,
coup de poing, number 8, coup de poing means punches, gifle, slaps, punition, punishment. All right, so you can see that. All right, so une bourse et de l'argent de poche. Okay, so you knew that one. Okay.
Madam, what is they give me?
Pardon?
What is that numbers at letter C? Option C. I'm not sure what that means.
Gifle, the gifle.
Give. Yes.
Slaps. Slaps.
Oui, madam. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move to 17. All right, je vais au concours. And number 18, il aime voyager. So I think those two, you will get it. Faye, you're not fried, burned, overcooked for tomorrow, please. You will see, it will be much easier. Is there a place where there's a list of these words we can learn for tomorrow? I don't think we have a list. These are the type of vocabulary that we start learning from, from grade 7. Okay, so all right, you finish?
No, madam.
Okay.
Yeah. Oui, madam.
Yes, I have to ask your meaning for a word after.
Okay, so 17, what did you put, Akili?
A.
And Romani? Romani, what did you put for 17?
C.
C. Okay. Most people put, okay, it's a mixture, A, B, A, B, A, B, B, B. Okay, the answer was B. M'enregistrer. That was a trap. Okay. S'enregistrer is to tape yourself. Okay. So you have the micro, and you register yourself. Yeah. Now, what you needed to know is the word for concours. Okay. Originally, I put competition, but competition, everybody would know. Concours is the same. It's a competition. But you have to register. Okay. And register is not enregistrer. This is the reason why it's there. To register is s'inscrire. Okay? I'm sure you've seen the word before. Inscription, you must have seen that word before. So it's definitely B. Okay? 17B. Fait, competition exists as well. The difference is that competition is very general and it includes sports, whereas with concours, it's probably more competition, but it doesn't include sports. Okay, for sports, it's competition, not concours. Okay.
Madam, could you what did you say that mon registre means again?
S'enregistrer is to tape yourself, to tape your voice. You know, when you tape your voice,
Oh,
that's it means. S'enregistrer, and it's reflexive. Me rappeler, se rappeler means to remember. And s'assister is not used, Romani. Unless you want to say to help yourself. But if you help yourself, not much help there, right? All right. Okay. And for 18, what did you have, Akili?
A.
And Romani?
Sur l'avion.
C? Is that C?
Oui.
Okay. So most people have put A, it seems, 18A, all right. I see a B, all right, but it's definitely A. Il aime voyager, he likes to travel abroad. As we say in Jamaica, foreign, okay? Abroad, okay? Il aime voyager à l'étranger. So that is an expression to know. If you don't know it, please learn it today. À train wouldn't work for those who put B because we say en train, not à train. En train, IN, so it wouldn't work. Sur l'avion, Romani, that will work if you are a stunt because you will be on top of the plane. I don't know what you will be doing there, but you'll be on top of the plane, okay? So that can work if you're a stunt.
D'accord.
And seul wouldn't work because I put seul feminine and we have il. So it can't work. Seul means on your own, right? And I put il. So il wouldn't have the E, and as Kate said, it would be seul without the E and not seul with the E. So I agree totally with you, Kate. That's very good. Things like that you have to work out. Even if you got it wrong, guys, you need to understand how, I mean, this is what I've been doing that for a while, putting questions A, B, C, D. You need to understand how we think. There's always a trap. So make sure you read every single response. Don't jump to the first one. You say, oh, yes, I know it's that one. Look to see if there's something which, oh, wait a minute, I thought it was A, but could it be, look carefully because, Yeah. Okay. So as Swiftly said, D looks, il aime voyager seul, but unfortunately, seul had an E, so can't work. And the last two for this exercise, okay? So I'm going to show you 19 and 20, okay? Okay, so je suis tombée, et elle a été sélectionnée, ses qualifications. Ok, Akili?
A. 19 A.
Romani?
I'm gonna go D.
What did you put?
D.
D. Okay, let's see what the others have put. 19D, D, 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 C, C, D, and it is indeed D. Okay? I fell on the floor. Par terre is on the floor. Okay? Je suis tombée derrière. I fell behind. Behind what?
I didn't even know it meant that.
I thought it was going. I thought it was going.
Right.
I fell behind. Behind what? Par arrière. I don't think that par arrière exists. Par
I thought it
arrière.
was like how it said in English. Like how they said I fell behind in something.
Right.
Something like
That's
that.
why it's there. Yes, yes.
Okay.
So par arrière, made up. Sous-sol. Sous-sol is basement. I fell basement. Doesn't make sense. So it has to be D, okay? And that's what I'm saying. I'm putting vocabulary because what I've found is that students don't have any vocabulary. So when you come to those kind of MCQs, they just guess, okay? Number 20. Elle a été sélectionnée. Akili, what did you put?
See?
C. Romani?
C.
C. Okay, what did people say? A, B. Not many people answered the question actually. B. Oh, yes, I have 20B. Okay, B, B, A, B, B. One is saying B or C, and C. All right, the answer is, okay, I'm not going to tell you. What is à cause de?
Cause of.
Because of, okay. What is grâce à?
Thanks to.
Thanks to. What is parce que?
Because.
Because. So why did you choose because? She was selected because her qualification? Really? How does that work?
Because.
And en raison?
So it would be thanks to her qualification.
En raison, it's D is not the answer because en raison de would have worked, but I didn't put the de there, all right? So she was selected thanks to, okay? In Jamaica, I find that people say because of, but because of here, it's positive. So you're going to say thanks to, right?
Madam.
Okay. So, yes, yeah. En raison de means owing to answer Kate's question.
Madam, so in which case would we use en raison de? Because
You could have
because
said elle a été sélectionnée en raison de ses qualifications, meaning she was selected because the reason, like you see the word reason, because the reason is her qualification.
okay.
Yeah. But parce que wouldn't work because you don't have any verb, you don't have anything after that. She was selected because she had the qualifications, Romani. Okay? But we don't have that. So C is out of the question here. Okay?
Oui, madam.
Okay? Yes, so all right, so we have a last exercise, which is the letter. Very often they come up with the letter. And I want to show you a few things. So that's the reason why I decided to go for the letter. Okay, and after that, I will let you go back to your business at home. All right. Okay, I hope everything is okay for the viewers. Okay, I hear a lot, I read a lot. I feel it should be. No, we're not feeling, we're applying, it should be this or that. Okay, so let's move to the letter. So you're going to have a letter. It wouldn't be like this. You would have the letter first and you would have the questions underneath. But to make it easier for us, I put it like this, okay? So, chère Alice, j'espère que ta famille et toi, bien. Je suis à Paris, 2 jours. Hier, nous, voir la Tour Eiffel. Okay? So, off you go. Okay, fini?
Oui. Just yet, madam. Oh. Oui, madam.
Okay, Akili. What is your answer? What?
C.
C. Okay, give me all the answers in one go.
En A, C. 2B. 3D.
3B. Okay.
3D.
D. D. Okay. 3D. Sorry. Romani?
Number 1A,
1A.
2B,
2B.
and 3B.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go for one at a time. J'espère que ta famille et toi, you put C, Akili,
Oui, madam.
and you put A. I thought everybody would get that right, no? let's see what you've put for 1. It's interesting because I have 1A, 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 1C, 1A, 1C, 1A, C, B. All right. The answer is C, aller, IZ, because we're talking about toi, ta famille is the plural, okay? But toi is tu. Tu, remember, tu plural is vous, isn't it?
Oui, madame.
Je plus plural is nous. Tu plus plural is vous. Il or elle plus plural is they. Okay? So, guys, you shouldn't have made that mistake because you know your conjugations. It cannot, actually, I just realized that I put porter with a Z. The reason why, for the ones who put a D, the reason why it wouldn't work is because porter is reflexive and you would have the vous porter. And here we don't have vous, so it's wrong. The only one which goes here is aller. Okay? Je suis à Paris. I've noticed that most people got it right. It's 2B indeed. Okay, most of you put 2B, so that's correct. At least everybody knows that one, so that's good. Je suis à Paris depuis. I've been in Paris for 2 days, okay? You can't say il y a because il y a would be ago, and you would have to have the past tense. Yeah, past tense. And jusqu'à just doesn't work, all right? And the last one, the last one should be easy, but I get all sorts of things. 3C, 3D, all right. And here I have 3D for Akili and 3B. Alors, Romani, nous avons allé with an S. That works? You've seen that before? Isn't aller to be right? No? Yeah, okay. All right. Okay. So, yeah. So the answer for this one is definitely D. Most people put D, and that is correct. Okay. Nous sommes allés. Now, I'm not going to explain why. Oh, actually, I shouldn't have shown you that. I should have shown you the whole letter. Look at the whole letter first. You will understand what I mean. Now, for this, if you have a question like that, you have to go to the end of the letter to see if the person who is writing is a male or female. Sylvie is a female name, okay? So we know it's feminine. And the word famille is feminine. So we're going to have feminine plus feminine equals feminine. So we're going to have EES, okay? Some time ago, CXC put something like that and students got it wrong precisely because they didn't go till the end of the letter to realize that it was a female, okay? And you have to be careful. It could be 2 people as well writing. So check when you have something like that, you need to read the whole letter first and make sure you know who is writing, because that's going to have an impact on your answers, okay? All right. Now, I could have put nous sommes allés with an S, some, but here it would have been difficult for you to know which one, okay? Now, nous avons allé doesn't work because Ale is to be. AB doesn't work. C doesn't work because some doesn't have an S in any case. So D is the obvious answer, even if you hadn't gone to the end of the letter. Okay?
Oui, madame.
All right. Okay, so let's move to the next one. We have 10 of these, so let's go to this. We're coming towards the end. I'm not seeing any answers for those. Yes, Faye, the paper will be easier tomorrow. Okay, so I'm just going to put the beginning again so that you can see the beginning. Okay, we're talking about hier. Nous sommes allés à la Tour Eiffel, and then it continues. Okay. All right. Okay, Akili.
Two.
Okay, for what? For
All right, so for number 4 I have C. For number 5 I have B.
B.
And for
And
number 6
Yes.
D.
D. Okay. Romani.
4C.
First C.
4C.
Mm-hmm.
6C.
C. Mm-hmm.
And for number 5,
No, you told me 4C, 5C, and number 6, you mean?
number 6C.
So everybody, everything is C. Okay.
For
All
number
right.
5, I'm not sure.
Madam,
Yes.
I think I want to change 6 to C
Hey,
as well.
So actually, you want to change
CBC
number 6 to
to
what?
C.
To C. Okay.
so I
All
have
right.
CAC.
Okay. So you basically have
No, CBC.
CBC. Okay. All right. Right. Okay. So what do I get here? CAC. CAC. Okay. Most people got CAC. And it is CAC, actually. CAC. All right. Let me explain why. All right. So remember, that's why I put the letter back so that you remember that it says yeah. Yeah was yesterday. Okay, we went to the Eiffel Tower, and what happened? There was a lot of people. Okay, so for you couldn't put a because il y a is there is or there are. So you need to have the past tense. And remember, with there is or there are in the past tense, because you're describing, you're going to use the imperfect. So what is the imperfect of il y a is il y avait. Il y était doesn't exist. Unless you want to say he was there. Okay? Il meaning he. That could work. But that's not what it is here. Okay? Then you have j'ai fait. You want to say I queued. Or in Jamaica, we say we, what do you say in Jamaica? The long line. Yeah, you don't say you queue, but it was always a line. So that's why I
Oh.
put line here. But the expression is faire la queue, to queue. Okay, so that is A. La ligne, j'ai fait la ligne, doesn't mean anything. J'ai fait la rangée, doesn't mean anything. And j'ai fait la colonne, doesn't mean anything either. Even though those words do exist, ligne is line, rangée is row, and colonne is column. Okay?
Madam,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't j'ai fait la queue? Well,
La
what is
queue.
that?
La
La
queue.
queue? What does that mean again? J'ai fait la queue.
Queue. To queue.
So, oh, so I had done a queue, or I queued.
Yeah.
Okay,
But you chose B
okay.
because
We
that's what we say in Jamaica, line. We don't say the queue, we say the line.
okay.
Miss, what are we in a queue for? To visit the Eiffel Tower, my dear, because when you reach the Eiffel Tower, to get in, you have a long queue. And that's why. Puis, okay, so then I said CAC. On nous a dit, someone told us that it was full. Okay? You could have had il nous a dit, but il, who is il? You can only use il if that il was mentioned before. But it wasn't mentioned before, so we can't have il or elle. You can't have tu because a doesn't have the s, Akili. That's the one you chose first. There's no s at a, so it can't be tu. So it has to be on. Okay?
Oui, madam.
So you see how you have to think. All right? Okay. And then the last slide now. Okay, Akili, do you have your answers?
Not as yet, madam.
Faye, I cannot answer your question as yet. You have to do it first and then I give you the answers. Because that is part of, when you're going to have your test, you're not going to have somebody to tell you what it is.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right. So Akili, 7.
7B, 8A, 9C, and the 10B.
Romani?
So for number 7, C, 8A, 9C, 10A.
Okay. Bon. All right. So not everybody has the same. Everybody is giving me different things. Okay. Somebody is saying B, C, C, and A. Okay. All right. Let's go one by one. The first one has to be B. Comme j'avais faim, j'ai acheté. Okay. It can be, you need to remember your verbs, your to have verbs, okay? Your to have expressions, rather. Avoir faim is to be hungry, okay? So avoir faim in the past tense is going to be avait. So all those who put C is incorrect, okay? Because the past tense of avoir is not était, but avait, okay? Then for 8, the only one which works here is C. Okay? Why did you put A, Akili and Romani?
Well, I guess I thought it because we had ground with the E at the end, but then I realized crepe supposed to be masculine, and that's why
No, crepe is feminine.
crepe is
Crepe is feminine.
Oh,
But grande
is
only
ground
comes
supposed to come
before.
first?
Grande
Oh,
comes before, not after.
right.
Don't know your adjectives. Yeah?
We madam, watch a video on that after this.
Yes. The video, I released a video not that long ago regarding this. All the verbs. No, sorry, not the verbs, but the adjectives which comes before, okay? Why can't it be B?
Because croissant is masculine.
Croissant is masculine, so all those who put B is incorrect, okay? Why can't it be D?
Well, orange is feminine, I think.
Yeah, but un jus d'orange is fine.
It's I'm not exactly sure. Madam. Oh, because he said he was hungry, not thirsty. So then
Exactly. If he's hungry, he's not going to drink, he's going to eat, right? All right. You can't eat a drink, Samuel said. That's true, you can't eat a drink. So it has to be gâteau. Gros is one of those adjectives which are placed before the noun. Okay? So somebody talked about the bag adjectives. Yes. I can't remember this bag adjective, so I came up with my own on French action, which is called in French pas, which is steps, okay? And I explain what pas stands for. And but if you know your bag adjectives, that's fine. You don't need to get confused with anything else, okay? All right. Then nous, so most of you got it right there. Okay, you put C. Most of you put C, and that is correct. Okay, because demain is tomorrow, so we can't have some party because that is the past. Allons partir would have worked, but the S of allons is missing. Partiront is the future of partir, and partirai is the conditional. Here, there's no need for the conditional because we're talking about tomorrow. So it's definitely partiront, which is C. Okay? And then the last one, of course, if you don't know what TGV stands for, then it's going to be,
I think it's some kind
one.
of train.
TGV is train à grande vitesse. It's a train, is the high-speed train.
Right.
Okay?
TGV.
And with train, we always use en. So it's going to be B at the end. All right? So here are the answers for those who are interested in going back to the answers. Okay? And I'm moving it to the next slide. Okay. And that's it. So guys, how are you feeling?
When I came in here, I realized that I might have to spend more time practicing the announcements and to watch the video on adjectives. But then I think, other than that, um, I also learned a lot of stuff that I didn't really understand from before, more practice and more rules and such. So it was very beneficial for me to be here today.
What about you, Romani?
I'm going to study so hard tonight. I can't say how I feel now.
Okay, all right. I'm going to talk to everyone because I'm receiving very depressing messages. People talking about being cooked, overcooked, doomed, and so on. Guys, no, no, no. No, it's not the way to think if you want to pass an exam. You have to be very positive. But what I would suggest that you do is to go through little exercises like that. Even what we have done today, you could actually go back, probably not tonight, but maybe tomorrow morning when, but don't do too much tomorrow because you don't want to be saturated. You don't want that. Okay. But you know that on French Action, there's many things like that already. That's why I wasn't going to do one today because I've already done so many. So you can just go through some of them and see how many points you get. Okay. The good thing about the lives is that I explain with the videos, I explain as well, but not me physically. I just put notes. Okay. So that's okay. I wouldn't spend too much time on the listening because at the end of the day, the listening is a skill which, you either, get it or not. Okay. So in one day, it's not going to make a big difference. However, with the grammar, yes, you can learn a lot of stuff from it. And also, the little tip I gave you how to read the questions, remember that for tomorrow, okay? Because this is very, because that's how we do those questions. And remember, each question is going to have a trap. So when you identify the trap, then that's it. Okay. And remember as well your check out as well your gender, because sometimes it could be just a gender issue. So you have to do that. All right.
Oui, madam.
I didn't think we are going to take 2 hours. I thought it would be a bit less than 2 hours, but it is true that if I have to explain, then it's going to take more time. I'm laughing because Luna Tiger says, I usually smell traps, but not French ones. Okay, all right. Daniel Martin, you said nous passerons. Nous passerons, I think you mean we will pass. This is good to say that, but nous passerons doesn't mean we will pass. Passer means to take an exam. Okay? So you have to say the right thing, and I'm going to type it for you. This is what you wanted to say. Nous réussirons. Okay. You got it. Yes, you said it afterwards. Yeah, passer means to take. Okay, it doesn't mean to pass. Okay. All right. So I thank you very much, Akili and Romani. You came 3 times on French Action. Wow, that is the first time. First time I get every year I have to beg students to come. It's very difficult to get, but this year it was much easier thanks to you. Thanks to you. Next year I will have to beg again. Okay.
Well, it's more so thanks to you. More so thanks to you because I have learned way more like this. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Okay. Okay, so remember is bonne chance. Chance is feminine. Okay, bonne chance. Okay, all right. All right, so guys, good luck to you two and to all of you. One thing I'm going to tell you, it's time. The exam is time, so you can't spend too much time. But at least make sure that you read everything, okay? Because that's where people, very often students, oh yes, it's this one. I'm going fast. And then, you see, actually, you were able to tell me, oh no, it's not this one and that one. But what if you say that and then you've given your paper? Okay, so you have to make sure that you do it the first time, okay? And if you have a reason when you select, you can say, I'm choosing this one because, then it's much easier. But if you go, oh, it smells like a trap, but I don't know which one, it's not going to be. Okay? So that's the way it works. All right? So guys, thank you very much. There will not be any more lives for CXC because that was your last one. I just would be interested in knowing later on how you've done, if you got grade 1, grade 2, how you did. I would be really, really happy to know, okay? And especially from you too, because guys, we've been together for a while, right? So I'm going to find out from you what we've done, okay? All right. So do some work. Remember, the last video, the video which came out on Thursday, is one just like that, okay? So there's 10 questions, and I'm talking to everybody. Just do that one, 10 questions. If you got 10 out of 10, you're good, okay? So, all right, so I'm going to let you go and all the best. And bonne chance to everyone. Au revoir.
Merci.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Au revoir.